both nights, really?
Oh, look, we were pretty open. Like, I think I might have mentioned to Cal and the boys on Monday morning that we felt that the range that we were picking in, there was going to be a nice spread of players, like talls and smalls. We basically put them in an order, and Harry was a player that we feel that really plays the way that we do, as does TJ. And I think I might have mentioned as well that, if players can't run in our system, they can't play. And the two boys that we've brought in, certainly can do that. Both boys are of impeccable character, displayed leadership traits and all those sorts of things, which was a consideration along the way as well.
Toe is an exciting player. Fair to say, takes the game on a dasher from half-back.
Who's that, TJ?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, very similar to his brother. He's probably a little bit more advanced than his brother at the same age. So obviously CJ's that role model. He's got the bit between his teeth now. We just spoke to him before, and he's one excited young man, and he'll be in at the club tomorrow, and we'll embrace him. And both boys are really keen to get to work. Harry was in this morning and brought the family. So, from our perspective, to be able to bring both boys and their families in is, something pretty special from our perspective.
Do you see Harry as a future serious leader of this football?
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, you guys hear him, the way he speaks and the way he presents himself. He could be up here now, and and I think the cricket really lends to that. Like, it's not dissimilar when Scotty Pendlebury come out of an elite basketball program and stepped straight into our program. He showed those same sort of traits. And I'm not saying Harry's Scott Pendlebury, but he's got that leadership traits. He really does present well in public. He presents well in front of the group, and he come in today. Yeah, the coach is eating out of his hand. So just hopefully he can play.
You say he's versatile. Where would you see him playing?
Oh, we'd see him playing. He'll definitely start high back, and then there's no doubt that we'll find him in the midfield at some point in time. That's a plan at the moment. So we can release Nick a little bit more into the midfield, as you would have seen in the second half of this year, and Scotty a little bit more as well. So it just gives us a little bit more flexibility through that area, and that was his thinking with TJ as well. And within the list itself, we've got Jacob and Harvey and these younger boys that are sort of stepping through. So those two boys just add to that mix.
TJ was one of, I think, 3 players in those first 10 picks tonight that went before pick 40 GAs from other clubs. Did that factor into your thinking as well at all?
No, not really. He was at the top of the list, so we called his name out. Yeah. I mean, obviously that's a conversation for another day, isn't it? Really, the NGA versus the national academies, and I'm probably not the best one to ask about that, I can tell you. So, but I'll get myself in trouble.
Were you fairly confident that Sydney would match the bid on Caden Clear as well?
Well, we obviously bid on Caden because we rated him as a player, and we had him at our next player out. We've done a lot of work on him. We see him as that succession in the midfield, that inside mid, and obviously, I know speaking to Horse after the draft, he wasn't too happy about it, but it is what it is. He's a terrific young player and a terrific young man.
So where did Will Graham feature on your draft board? There was a bit of speculation you might bid on him as well.
Well, he wasn't at the top of the list when we were picking, so we didn't call his name out. Yeah.
Just on Harry.
But to answer your question, he was thereabouts. Yeah.
Just on Harry, did you always think he was going to choose footy? Obviously, he's got such a great underage career in terms of cricket, and you didn't make a decision until February this year, did you?
Yeah, well, that's what's so exciting about it. And again, I keep referring back to Scott. I mean, it's a very similar profile, albeit a different sport, to Scotty. And Jay, you'd know better than most that, Scotty didn't turn, I can tell you the exact date, the 23rd of February, 2005. That's when he turned over. So it's, and it was really exciting. And again, for him to be able to step out of an elite program into another elite program, he's just got so much more of a head start, even on the academy players. So it's terrific. We're really, really confident with both boys.
Was it really clear cut?
But they've still got to get it done. Yeah.
Was it really clear cut for you when you're balancing? You say you're ranking them, but the idea of need, a positional need, casting ahead as well.
Well, I mean, it's a collective decision. Like us as recruiters, we obviously bring the talent, and speaking to Fly and the rest of the coaches about how we want to play. And, it's not a matter of just turning up and calling names out. And as I touched on a little bit earlier, these boys, they really have to play the way we play. And if they can't run and they haven't got the traits that are going to assimilate into our program, well, they're just not going to play. And that's why we're really confident about bringing these types of players in.
What about the balance between the two? It seems that one's, I guess, well on in his development and could be quite ready-made, whereas Tow's maybe...
As in Harry versus TJ? Yeah, I don't think that's really the conversation. The probably conversation's more Jacob Ryan versus Harry, and then TJ's probably got a little bit more development in terms of where he is physically. Jacob's been in the system for 12 months. He's already played senior footy, so we're going to get our bounce from the Harvey Harrisons, the Jacob Ryans, and I think Harry will come along quite quickly as opposed to TJ, but you never say never.